Hey everybody, this is Mike back for another exciting episode of Stratacite. It's been about 2 weeks since that last video because, well, work, life, I just didn't get around to it. I have not taken it out of the lumber, so I have no idea what we're dealing with here. One thing I did notice, my bucket of water, which you can't see because of the new board, did actually mold even with all of the salt and what else, vinegar I put in there. And I think it had something to do with the walnut juice. So I redid the water. I'm wondering if I'm going to have mold on my billet. But my idea about having mold in the billet, I'm putting botanicals and biologicals. I mean, these are planned inclusions. Flower petals are probably going to mold. Something I forgot to mention about the mold and just remembered while editing, because I mentioned adding botanicals and biologicals as inclusions in the layers, I expect there to be mold growing at some point. Now, I mentioned using vinegar and salt in the water to help minimize the mold, and obviously it didn't work. Maybe we do add a little bit of bleach. I don't know. We have to tweak the recipe. But I'm not a scientist or a biologist. Personally, I don't believe that you can grow a deadly strain of bacteria or mold in your Stratacite in the week or two that it is clamped and drying. If you're worried about it while working on it in the sanding and filing and drilling stages, there's masks, respirators, rubber gloves, of course, well-ventilated areas, vent hoods, there's ways around it. So, work smart, work safe, and remember that in the final stages, after shaping, there is, um, what do you call it? Sealing. There is adding liquids and sauces to it to protect it from the elements so it doesn't get wet. And then, of course, there's the final sealing stage, which should encase anything that might be growing in it and kill it from lack of air. So during these beginning stages, I'm not concerned with mold. Maybe you would be. Maybe that would make or break your fascination with Stratacite. That's entirely up to you. People eat mold or cheese with mold on it. I'm not saying we're going to eat Stratacite, but I also don't think that Stratacite is going to kill anyone. So that's all. End of unwebcammed side note. Oh, it's cool to the touch, but it's mostly dry. Yeah, there we go. I heard a crack and a pop. So I had this crazy idea. I don't know if it'll help or not. You know what? Let's do this first. One thing, nobody has time for half-hour videos of some guy hammering on paper. Oh yeah, so I did replace the water with fresh, clean, just water with no additives. And um, it's hot because I'm still curious if that's actually going to make a difference. So I mentioned doing this last time, and I'm doing it this time. Is that? I think that's the gold, but it changed colors. Don't know. It's pretty cool though. don't want a bunch of edges sticking out of the tops and the bottoms. I'm going to have edges, but I would like to minimize them. Know what I'm saying? Ooh, Thessalonians. Good book. That is the gold leaf. It has changed color. Maybe a chemical reaction with something that was in the water the last time? Maybe walnut juice changed the pH and cooked the fake gold somehow? I don't know. So anyways, nobody has time to watch a half-hour video of a dude beating on paper in his basement. So what I'm going to do is intro the exciting stuff that I'm trying, like bundling the outside edges of this and the jute cord, which we'll go over in just a minute. And then when I get to hammering, I am not going to talk. I'm just going to hammer so that we can speed it up. Because if you've watched any of the other videos, you know how this works by now. You don't need me explaining it. I'll save these for a different time. Now, I thought about making some kind of like clamping system to hold the sides in when I'm hammering. But, as you know, it would have to change size when I come on, help me out here. It would have to change size when I folded the billet. So I had this idea that jute cord, which is, well, thread, yarn, I don't know. It's made from plant fibers. It's strong. I believe there's a certain amount of reliable biodegradability. I'm not saying we're going to leave it on here, but we could. Technically, it could add something. I know that's not actually a knot, but oh, fine. Ooh, what kind of knot is that? A slippery one. Okay, so now I'm going to dunk this and I'm going to hammer it. And I'm going to stop talking so I can speed up the video. Okay, good. Okay, talking again. We're doing our first fold. I'll deal with the jute after I set the fold. All right. Back to hammering. Okay. It's not as great as I had hoped. Don't like the fact that the cardboard's sticking out, but the edges don't matter. What matters is what's going to go on inside. Based on this feel, I might be able to actually fold this again once or twice. But not right now. Right now, again, I don't want to overwork it. So we're going to clamp it and let it dry for 1 week, maybe 2. Oh, that's just bleeding right through. With trumpet or tempest? Anyways, once it's dry and they become more opaque again, you might actually be able to see words and letters in the pages. We'll have to wait and see. So, I'll slide this down to make sure my vise gets on it good. That's it. Hopefully this video will be a little bit quicker because I shut up so that we could do some speed running. That's it. I'm going to clamp it and we'll be back. Thanks for watching. Have a happy.